So I don't look like Gary Oldman?
No, you don't look like Gary Oldman. I mean, that could be a compliment or an insult, depending on what Gary Oldman film you're thinking
of. Or
like
Sid and Nancy Gary Oldman. That would be pretty cool.
How about Fifth Element Gary Oldman?
with like the side shave covered in plastic.
And then like the Hershey syrup that drips down his face sometimes.
And yeah, that's just Gary Oldman living his best life. Hi BookTube, I'm Sarah.
And I'm Rebecca.
And today, it's February. Today we're talking about our TBRs. Our TBRs are a little bit slim this month, and that's because you'll see some more videos from us later about contemporary readathon.
The first thing I'm hoping to read in February is The Subtle Knife by Philip Pullman. So I finally read The Golden Compass in December? I think it was December.
You did?
Yeah.
Can I ask you what you thought?
I really liked it. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I wish that I found it when I was younger.
I'm going to read all digital books this month, but I just had these books here because I was going to talk about them for something else. So you can just look at a picture of Langston Hughes, or not. That's fine too.
It's fine. No, it's fine. You got some wine on the back of the book.
The first book I'm going to read for February is a book called The Viking Once Forever.
Oh my god, that sounds amazing.
Is it that he desires to own forever?
Or
is that he is in a state of wanting for eternity?
That's what I thought.
Okay.
He forever wants. But wants what? Like cupcakes?
Probably sex, because it's a romance novel.
Maybe,
what I'm gonna guess.
Maybe it's not. Maybe he forever wants kittens.
Oh.
And they're in his beard. We gotta write that.
Oh my god. Viking Once Forever is by Koko Brown. I read the description of The Viking Once Forever, and it was like an African-American girl who owns a comic book shop and plays Dungeons and Dragons. Oh. And she's then cursed by Loki and sent back in time and meets a Viking warlord.
What the hell? Like, there's so much in this!
That was just the brief description, so I was like, alright. You sold me. I don't know if it's good or not or anything, but there's enough stuff in there that I feel like it'll at least be fun.
Please keep us updated on that read.
I will. It's a standalone, it's not a series.
Oh, that's even better! Yeah. The next book I'm reading is Homegoing by Yaa Gyasi. I'm reading this book with my friend Deb, who I talked about before, who we do the book club together. Everyone kind of knows this book at this point. It's like a multi-generation story, and so it takes place over many generations with different characters, and it's supposed to be very good and wonderful. I'm noticing I just think I like paperbacks more than hardbacks at this point. I prefer to read them, and they're really floppy.
Yeah, that's true.
Next book I'm reading is All American Boys by Jason Reynolds and Brandon Kiley, which I recently hauled this one, so I talked about it then. And yeah, this is one of the ones that was recommended by Mankush Matthew Sharappa the Rappa.
The next book I'm reading, Bitter Spirits, which is a romance novel that takes place in the Roaring Twenties. It's actually #1 of the Roaring Twenties series. It's by Jenn Bennett, and it's about a spirit medium who uses her powers to do like stage performances, and she falls in love with a bootlegger. And that's all I know.
You are finding like the most fascinating sounding romance novels.
I'm trying. Yeah, I usually do a little bit of rooting around before I pick mine, so I try and find some good stuff.
Next book I'm reading is The Wrath in the Dawn by Renee, Ahdieh. So this is a retelling of 1001 Nights, which is from Arabian Nights. At this point, I've heard kind of mixed things about it. Like, it had a lot of hype, and then a lot of other people read it, and they had problems with it, and I'm like, you know what, I still think that I'm gonna like this book.
That's fine.
I've had it for a little while, and then it's just been sitting there. And I was like, for my TBR, I'm going to just pick up some books that have been sitting there for a little while.
The last book that I'm reading, other than the contemporary readathon books, which we'll talk about later in the month, but when that's coming up. The last book I'm reading is a nonfiction collection of essays, and it's called Selfish, Shallow, and Self-Absorbed. Subtitle, 16 Writers on the Decision Not to Have Kids.
Oh.
And I do want to have kids, personally. I want to adopt. Maybe this is too much information for you guys, I don't know. I'm very career motivated, and I don't have a lot of desire to stay at home as a mother. Like, that doesn't actually sound appealing to me as much as I do want to have kids. I think some of those issues might hit home, and it would help me, like, kind of think about my own opinions even more.
The last book I picked for this month is Going Bovine by Libba Bray. This one I've only owned for a little while, but it's been on my TBR for a long time, so I don't remember what the plot is of Going Bovine, but I remember that it's supposed to be like a kind of weird and potentially dark, humorous book, which I really enjoy. So I think Dulcie is the cow? A loopy punk angel / possible hallucination. So I think the protagonist is going to die, and then this, like, hallucination says that there's a cure.
My finger is stuck in my teacup.
Listen, Sarah, not everything's about your problems. Your
I
fingering
got
problems.
it. It's fine. I've been really enjoying building my TBRs in 2008 because I've been trying to...
2008, huh? We really went back in time. I've only been out of high school a couple of years. Some of these people are in middle school.
Some of these people are just born a couple of years ago. Let's not talk about that. So that's our February, hopefully. We'll see how it goes.
What are you reading this month? We would love to know.
You reading?
Honestly, we would.
And follow us on Goodreads for the follow-up, because we're really bad about filming wrap-ups for the stuff we actually got around to reading. Next time, BookTube, when we're talking about something else.